What a story this is. How could three women live inside a house in Cleveland for close to 10 years without anybody knowing? And that is our Fox News alert this morning. They are all out and they are safe. They're all currently in fair condition at a Cleveland area hospital.
They are Amanda Berry, 27 years old, abducted at 17. Gina DeJesus, abducted at 14 years old, believed to be 24. And Michelle Knight, who was missing in 2000 when she was 20. People thought, well, I think she just ran away. She's 30 years old, and Gretchen, there's somebody else in this involved.
Well,
it's a baby.
There's a 6-year-old child as well, and now, authorities have not yet said exactly. As you can see, we've taken her identity away there, but the prevailing theory right now is that that is Amanda Berry's 6-year-old daughter. I'll leave it to the minds of people out there as to who the father might be, but here are the people who are going to be questioned. A 52-year-old man who lived in this home. Ostensibly, these three women had been tied up for 10 years, tied up. And this is just blocks away from where they disappeared from. I mean, it's unbelievable. Also, 2 other brothers related to this man, 50 and 54, are in custody right now.
We've got more on them in just a moment, but first let's tell you how they did escape. Last night, a woman who lives across the street by the name of Aurora Marty was sitting on her neighbor's front porch, and she saw across the street an arm come out of the front door, start waving, and then started yelling, "Help me, help me. My name is Amanda Berry." A fellow by the name of Charles Ramsey came over, helped him. The bad guy who'd been holding him for close to 10 years took off. He was arrested at a McDonald's. This 911 call was made by Amanda Berry when she got across the street at the neighbor's house. Listen to this.
Help me, I'm Amanda Berry.
You need police, fire, or ambulance.
I need police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years, and I'm here. I'm free now. Across the street, I'm using the phone.
Okay, stay there with those neighbors. Talk to the police when they get there.
Okay.
Okay, talk to the police when they get there.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, talk to the police when they get there.
Okay, I'm going right now.
We're going to send them as soon as we get a car open.
No, I need them now before we get back.
All right, we're sending them, okay?
Okay, I mean, like,
Who's the guy you're, who's the guy who went out?
His name is Castro.
All right, how old is he?
He's like 62.
All right, and
I'm Amanda Berry. I've been on the news for the last 10 years.
Okay, I got that here. I already. And you said, what was his name again?
Castro.
Well, it's crazy because they couldn't get the screen open.
Right.
Charles Ramsey was trying to get her out. Anna Tejada was sitting on the porch across the street when she heard someone kicking and screaming. She said, "This is how you get the screen out." And then, of course, when she says, I am Amanda Berry, he goes, "No, Amanda Berry's dead." Charles Ramsey was the one coming back from McDonald's when he heard the screams, and he went over. Here's how it sounded. Here's what he did.
Went to McDonald's, came home, I meet him at McDonald's. I got the day off from work, so naturally you're doing nothing. And I hear this girl screaming, and she going nuts. So I come outside, and I know there's nobody that's supposed to be screaming next door to my house because there's no girl that lives in that house. So that's a dead giveaway to something wrong. And when I came to the front door and looked at her, she said, "My name is Amanda Berry. Please get me out this house." So I'm thinking, whatever. So I helped her get out the house. I ain't thinking that you really that girl that's missing. You've been gone for so long, you think you lying. And she called the police, and they came, and they took a fingerprint sample of her, blood sample, and it came back, it was her. And then she said it was 2 more girls up in the house. Now, I don't know this. I just helped her move out.
You're correct. Gina DeJesus was the other one. And then a woman named Michelle Knight. So you've been living next door to that house? Had you known there were any people?
No, because I'd have pulled this heroic stuff last year.
I mean, amazing account from this neighbor. He says he had barbecues with this so-called man who lived there, Castro. over the years and had no idea. The women disappeared, just at least one of them, just a couple of blocks away. We're going to have the aunt of one of them or a relative say that they canvassed this neighborhood time and time again. Of course, these girls were probably down in the basement at the time. Also, there are reports that this Ariel Castro was a former school bus driver.
Right.
Just to add more scariness for any kind of a parent who's watching.
All right, let's tell you a little bit about what we know of each woman. First of all, Amanda Berry, currently age 27. It looks like she disappeared when she was just 16 years old. She had been working at the neighborhood Burger King, part-time job, and interestingly enough, a couple of months after she went missing, her cell phone was used to call her mother. And then shortly after she was kidnapped, within the year, then Gina DeJesus also disappeared. She was a 7th grader at Wilbur Wright Middle School. She was in special ed classes and decided to walk home that day.
Yeah, with Amanda Berry, she called home to say she's got a ride home from the fast food restaurant she was working in. And that was she phoned her sister to say that. And that was the last time anyone heard from her. Sadly, Berry's mom passed away in 2006. She had done Oprah's show, talked about the agonizing torture of having your child abducted and still believing they are alive. They say the stress of not knowing what happened to Amanda killed her. And then Michelle Knight, missing since the year 2000. Since she was 20 years old. People couldn't figure out if she was a runaway.
She was probably held the longest.
You have to wonder how these girls could be in that home for that long. How were they fed? How were they clothed? How did one of them potentially have a baby? That baby never went to the hospital, ostensibly. I mean, it's amazing that they could be down there and that these people could be, at least one of them, or these 3 brothers allegedly, could be that great, that great at being a secret for 10 years. It's unbelievable.
We're going to talk to the cousin shortly, but meanwhile, Jennifer Picard, who was Berry's best friend, here's her reaction.
I was with her the day. I'm her best friend. I was working with her on Big K. The first day that she went missing, we walked out and we had a smoke and we were gonna party because it was her birthday. And she just never came home after she walked down the street. I never seen her again. But we've been friends for a long time, and I've been waiting for her to come home for a long, long time. I was there. I was the last person she talked to, and I felt horrible because I felt like it was my fault. If I could have stopped it, she would have been home.
It's so sad. Both of the first 2 girls that we were talking about, Gina and Amanda, both disappeared within a 5-block area. And back in 2004, interestingly enough, Montel Williams had a psychic, Sylvia Brown, on his program who declared that Amanda Berry was dead. We don't have an image for Michelle Knight, who is to the right. It's interesting. Her mother, it sounds like, was looking for her pretty much on her own because the conventional wisdom was that she probably took off after she lost custody of her son. Her mother didn't believe that, though. She said, "We were always close," and never believed that the daughter would disappear without a trace or a phone call.
Now, meanwhile, we thought we'd be leading with Benghazi today because we're going to have testimony all this week about what went on. Was it possible to save those 4 lives and all those who were wounded? All the investigation, moving it forward. It's going to be explosive. But this story, of course, last night that broke